What's up, guys? We're gonna have a couple update videos today. First, we're gonna talk about these Pro FMRC hinge pin holders, which are in stock. And from now on, I'll be including two sets of inserts. So you have 8 of each. That should give you plenty to experiment with. I will be selling these separately as soon as I figure out a price. But don't worry, if you buy these, I'll have these for a very long time. I'm buying like a bucket of them. They're high grade POM, like thermoplastic. They are better than the old TLR plastics. If you want an idea how they look like when they're mounted, really nice. You don't have to trim anything. You don't have to trim the hinge pin holders or your chassis. And also up front, you don't have to trim your bumper. It's all taken care of. Real nice. As far as this roller, for those of you that were talking to me about buying it, it's almost ready, not quite. I'm going to put on a couple of longer bolts where I feel it needs to be. Change some of the hardware out, but it's getting there. I'm thinking about adding a 62 tooth because even though it's pretty good mesh for a 1958, I feel it'd be a little bit smoother with a 62. But the mesh in the rear and front are they're amazing. I got it set up so this rear has a lot more give. It's gonna turn really good. This thing's gonna spin. These will come with a new set of J Concepts tires. They're awesome. As you can see, we have the chassis, we have the cases, carbon fiber tower, radio tray, split diff center, split center diff, and the bell carrier kit from Pro MRC. This includes the helical cut gears on the inside of here, which are very nice. This thing's gonna rip off the line. I went ahead and put a Fastlane Machines rear cup in here, I like to put a rear alloy cup with a rear alloy case. It's just like to do it that way. I did leave the plastic case in the front because you don't really need it to be alloy, and the center is also still plastic, and in case you wanted to upgrade or switch to a different gear, you could just throw in your 62 tooth and keep this one if you want to go geared really low. I am thinking about throwing a 62 tooth gear on here. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with the Vitavan or the Mod one. Fastlane Machines is working on a light and spur gear as well. So there's a couple of options. I just haven't decided. I do feel like I kind of want to throw the big spur gear on here. I might take these clone shock brakes off, even though they do the job pretty good. There's not much clone left on here besides the drive shafts, which are pretty nice, and these CVDs, which are actually beefy and nice. So this thing is actually going to be pretty much ready to race. You might want to adjust your shock collars, maybe get a different spring. The spring doesn't seem really bad though. I'd say it's about 11 pounds, what it feels like. So it's just about right. You can race with this. I took out all the clone, gears front and rear, put in the updated helical ones. So it's awesome. Like this thing's gonna rip. And again, those hinge pin holders, there's no trimming involved. You don't have to cut or grind anything. They just bolt straight on. This is all taken care of right here. Same thing in the rear, no problems. It just goes straight on. If you're interested in any of these Vitavan parts, let me know. PM me so I can put it in the next order. I am selling the rollers online now. Those will be free shipping. I believe I can do free shipping on this Losi 5T race roller as well. If you're interested, I can still throw one of the mod shocks on here too, which would make this thing truly pretty evil on the track. I do want to talk about these chassis. These chassis are the best. I've made a lot of chassis. Most of the chassis I've made, they still exist as another company's, product, right? They might make something a different material in the middle or whatever, but it's just my old stuff. This is new, and on the bottom of this chassis, there's an additional 5mm plate, which attaches to both the front and the rear braces. So what that does is let the brace attach to a mounting point that's 10mm thick, which really does change the profile of this chassis a lot. These braces do a lot more when they're attached to something that's 10mm thick. Also, we have these 5mm thick top braces as well. So when you add that up, that's about 15mm of chassis right where you want it, in the weak spot. This thing jumps just right. It never flips over. It's a badass chassis, and those of you who didn't get it, you're gonna regret it when these guys are coming for you. I'm telling you. I'll have the buggy chassis pretty soon. Soon as these rollers are sold, I'll probably get the buggy chassis going, unless Losi gets going with the new Losi 5T or whatever it's going to be. I'd like to see how different that is. I'll also have this roller on sale pretty soon. I'll probably sell it with the body. Right now, I'm thinking I'm going to pull the motor, pull the servos, electronics, and sell it as just a roller and keep my magnum and pipe and so on. That way you can choose for yourself. It will save you a lot of money on the initial purchase. This has MIP shocks on there, V1s. I also have a new set of MIP shocks I can throw on either one if you guys are wanting to get those. I have all the necessary parts and stuff, so if you're interested, let me know. I also have some new shocks coming. These are they're purple, and they have really good anodizing and really good honing on the center, which will reduce heat. And the bottom stems right here, they're alloy. The perches are alloy. So everything's alloy, and it's super nice. I also have a different set of shocks where this shaft right here is 10mm. So it's quite a bit thicker, and that it truly lets you just, bash or race as hard as you want without really having to worry about this shock shaft breaking or this bottom part breaking off, right? As you guys put on stronger and stiffer A-arms, you might want to be thinking about getting shocks that have stronger shafts to make up for it. I'm trying to get a bunch of these in stock. I'll be selling this whole steering setup with the carbon fiber on here and these turnbuckles, which are kind of a pain in the butt to find right now, and they'll be perfect length and everything. So you'll just be able to bolt this on a chassis. I'm working on getting the posts. If I can't get them made myself, I'll just buy the Viviton ones. Get us going. But I do have my hinge pins are coming. These do have the Viviton upgrade hinge pins on there as well. I figured I might as well go with the case. So this is a beautiful looking rig. If you're interested, just give me a PM. The closer you are, the better. You might be able to come and see it before you buy it if you wanted to. So just let me know.